Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to episode number 10 of In and Around Pleasant Hill podcast with Alex Kodadat. And this episode, I'm going to be interviewing Bronwyn Kopacek. Is that correct? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, you are.
All right, Bronwyn, welcome to our podcast. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Very excited to be here.
All right. As always, do me a favor and subscribe and let your friends know about my podcast where we interview local business owners, community leaders, and ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So we're going to dive right into it. So Bronwyn, you want to tell us about, we love to hear your story, letter about you and what you've been doing, please.
Okay. I'm Bronwyn Kopacek. I am the co-founder, co-owner of Mighty Market in historic downtown Martinez. I own it with my sister, Claire Martinez. That is actually her last name, Martinez as well. Prior to this, a little bit of a life as an entrepreneur, working mom, living on the Pleasant Hill Martinez border, but I've been in the Bay Area now for it's going on 14 years in the San Francisco Bay Area. Prior to this, we were in Dallas, Texas for a little while, but I'm originally from South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, born and raised. Still have tons of family over there too. So definitely have lived that immigrant story of trying to make the American dream possible for all of us in our family.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard a lot about, what you've been doing, about this venture that you started. Yeah. That's supposed to really help leave a good footprint on our society. You want to dive into that and talk about that, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people know this about me. I've always been referred to as the hippie in my family. And I've always had, some would call it creative ideas, some would call it outlandish, some would call it impossible. But just trying to do what I can to improve the future. Honestly, it was when I had my daughter when I realized, okay, something needs to happen to create a better future for her, a better future for all generations to come. Just being very in tune with what's happening in nature, in society. Just like looking all around us, just looking at how we really are destroying our planet, whether it's intentional or not. Some of it's just out of habit. It's what's come across our laps as consumers. We just fall into a cycle of habit, and convenience is usually the number one key driver. So I knew that starting this venture and starting this business, it would be a little bit of a challenge, right? To try and sell it to consumers who are so used to the convenience of ordering something online, having it delivered, not being too concerned about single-use containers or single-use plastics because it just fits in with their busy lives, right? So I remember being in the shower one night and just looking around at all the containers and the bottles we had for like every different product, just being like, there has to be a better way. And then I started talking to a lot of local makers and seeing about wanting to provide a service and carry products that were definitely of a higher quality, plant-based. And the reason I say plant-based is not many people are aware of how many, we talk about plastic use of like containers and straws, but not many people are aware of how much microplastic is actually in your toothpaste, moisturizers, sunscreens, like products we use every day have microplastics in. There are microplastics going into the water systems when we use our washing machine because it's in the fabrics as well of the clothing that we buy. So it's a very serious problem, but per usual, and this is why we have the tagline for the shop that we do, we say small steps lead to mighty changes. Like that's our slogan. And it's not about trying to do everything at once because you cannot fix everything at once. And for something to become habit, you have to start slowly, right? You cannot try and change 5 things at once because nothing is going to stick. So you start with one. People come into the shop and we tell them, they're like, okay, I want to try, to do better and try and subscribe to a sustainable lifestyle and do better for my family. And we're like, great. And they're like, so what all do we need? And we're like, no. what do you do right now? Like, what do you have? Like, what do you use most often? Kind of starting there. We don't want people to just buy everything new off the shelf. We want to know what their daily habits are. Some people, they start with the reusable silicone bags, like the stasher bags for their kids' lunches, for snacks for school. So they're not always using Ziploc bags. Some people start with the reusable beeswax wrap, right? Instead of using like the plastic, what is it called? You know, I'm talking about not foil, like a plastic wrap. But
Yes.
I'm blanking on the word for that one right now. So it just depends where you start. And an easy way to eliminate single-use containers is literally just bringing your containers from home to us and then refilling it in the shop. So you don't have to purchase new containers every single time. And we sell everything by the ounce. So you only pay for what you purchase. You're not paying the exact same amount every time. Sometimes you need less of a product. Sometimes you need more. It depends on your family size, how often you go through stuff. There are a lot of important variables, I think, that go into the work we do for the business we have. So one, it's about creating a sustainable footprint, canceling out single-use plastics, single-use containers, having items that are usable, like washable dish sponges, washable paper towels, reusable coffee filters, so you're not going through disposables. The other part of the business that's important is, where are these products coming from? And so for us, local is incredibly important. One, we believe in supporting a local economy, just because everyone benefits better that way. It makes for a healthier economy overall. And two, less of a carbon footprint, because your products have less of a distance to travel to get to you, right? So we work with local makers. They're based in, we have several in Martinez. We have a few in Sonoma, and the rest are in San Francisco, San Rafael, and Santa Cruz. So all Bay Area, the furthest being Santa Cruz. And then it's like, okay, what are the ingredients? So we have to know every ingredient that goes in their product. We even have to know where their ingredients are coming from. So we do we have a rigorous process of how we bring vendors into the shop and whose products we carry. We also want to know about their habits, their culture in their workplace, how they treat their employees, because that's important to us as well. We're now 1% for the Planet members. These are the kinds of things that are important to us. What are their give back programs that they have in their place of work? So these are all things that we factor into our decision making with whose products we sell at the shop. And I think these are the things that not many customers know about, but I think on a subconscious level, they know and they understand it, because the customers we have are loyal. They love the products. They love that we have the service available to them. When it So
let me get this straight. So you guys make containers, like a reusable container, or you guys are actually selling the product too?
No, we're selling products. So we are purchasing, we have containers for sale, right? So we have glass bottles and jars. We have PET, which is the cleanest, most recyclable plastic around.
Okay.
For people who have kids, you know, if you're near the bathtub, you don't want to have a glass bottle there.
Right.
And then we have aluminum as well. And everything we vet to make sure the life cycle of it makes sense and is not doing any damage to the environment. But what we encourage people to do is to actually bring your containers from home.
Yes.
Bring it in, we weigh it on the scale. We have a system where it's got an RFID scanner, so they can bring in their container, put on the scale, they scan one of our tags, and they
Yes.
go fill whatever products they want into whichever containers they want. And then when they come to checkout, that's when we weigh it and we calculate the pricing for them. But
So, but if I want to get shampoo,
yeah,
I come to see you for the certain shampoos that you sell, not the shampoo that I'm going to bring you and you're going to pour it into a container. So
no, yeah,
you're
exactly.
selling your own, and all of these shampoos you're selling, that they're very environmental friendly, correct?
Exactly. They're all plant-based products. Exactly.
Okay.
So we have, because we want to be able to offer this to as many people as we can, right?
Yes.
So we're not only selling high-end products, because we really do have some fantastic wonderful quality products that are made in small batches or artisanal. So those price points are going to be higher. We also have mainstream clean, which have lower price points. And what I refer to as mainstream clean is what the main consumer is used to. Something you can see at like a Target or a Walmart, right? So there's like the Shakai brand will be our mainstream clean. So someone might be used to purchasing that at whichever grocery store or department store they go to. And then they come in, they're like, oh, that's what I use already. I'm just going to keep refilling it here. And those are some of the some of
Okay,
the.
but if they're using that product in Target, but you're saying that those products are not environmental friendly, the ones that maybe are sold in the
No, I'm
stores,
talking
right?
about there will be one or two. So the ones that we sell that people know are like Puracy. That's a very clean, a very good brand.
And that's sold in stores.
And that's sold in stores. So that's something I used to, when I first had my daughter, who's now 5 next week,
Okay.
and I still use it on her. We sell that because we've formed a relationship with them.
Yes.
But that's something you could buy at a Target, and you
Okay.
can refill by us. So it's something you've seen, you're familiar with, and now you can come and refill by us. So you don't have to keep purchasing
The brand new
bottles.
bottle again. You just refill that here
Exactly.
because Target doesn't sell refill. You got to
Exactly.
go buy a brand new bottle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're offering. So it's a good way. And this kind of all again ties into, small steps lead to mighty changes. We don't want anyone to feel, this sense of like shame or guilt, or if they're coming to a place or feeling like they're not doing something right, because we believe everyone does the best with what they have and what they know in life. Like that's just how it is.
Bronwyn, I want to ask you what, before we started our interview, you had said that you had other ventures and businesses before. What inspired you to get into this? Is this something, you just thought about, or is this something that I know you said that growing up, you were like the hippie of the family.
Yeah.
What inspired you to want to do this?
I think ultimately what pushed me at this point to do this was, I believe, having my daughter and becoming a mom. Because I've been an entrepreneur before. I've had other businesses. I've built and sold businesses from scratch. My background before, I was a creative director. I did hospitality design and retail design. I've worked for creative agencies. I would travel 3-4 months of the year and be gone. And when I had my daughter, I knew that I could no longer do that and live that lifestyle. And it was just kind of like starting this business was just the culmination of all of my prior life experiences, and now kind of being led with purpose instead of being led with, okay, what do I think's a good idea? What's going to make the most money? What do I think's like the coolest new thing? It's really just come down to what is important for now. And it was important for me to create something that would give me the flexibility to have time with my daughter that I wouldn't have had if I'd stayed in the career that I was in before.
Yeah.
But also ways to impact, everyone else around us too. My husband and I have this little saying between ourselves, and it's always leave it better than you find it.
Yeah.
And he would, in one of his jobs before, like if he does anything, any kind of fixing for people at their homes or places, like any handyman stuff, even in the shop when he changes like an air filter or something, he'll write on something, like leaving his little stamp is leave it better than you find it. So that's just kind of how I've gone through my life as well. And something my parents instilled in us growing up, and it's do what
coming from contribution.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming from a life of contribution. That's the way I was raised by my single mom. And I believe, I have a very successful real estate company and we do very well, but I believe it or not, I feel more fulfilled when I do something that impacts the community. When we started that Facebook group and the magnitude that we've got it to almost 13,000 members, I don't make any money from that group, zero.
Yeah.
But the fact that I feel that I'm a part of something, I like what you said, leave it better than how you found it, right? Yeah. And right now we are living in some uncertain times, but I just believe that people like you, people like me, and there's certain people, when the world looks like it's about to crumble, that's when they shine.
Yep.
That's when they become Superman and Superwoman and Wonder Woman, and like that's how we do this. And I want to make sure that I leave that legacy for my kids. And
Absolutely.
I really like the fact that, you know, what you just said right now is leaving it better than you found it. That's one. And another one too is you know, habits, right? Like, you know, even in our industry, when an agent comes on board and they want to, they're like, hey, I saw this HGTV, you can make $1 million selling real estate. I want to do all these different things. And I'm like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Let's first talk about your habit. What are you doing now? That's
Yeah.
why most people, they'll sign up to go work out, and then a month later they're
Yep.
out. They'll do a lot of different things and then they're out because they've never get inspired and impacted. Your daughter inspired you to do this.
Yeah.
My daughter inspired me 5.5 years ago when I was holding her in my arms. And I was like, oh my God, when I'm 65 years old, she's going to be 20 years old and I
Yeah.
got to get back into shape. And
Yep.
I started working out, and I started that, you know, we got this thing, it's called a hashtag, did you sweat today? And it's like,
I love that.
it's become a religious for us, right?
I love
It's
that.
amazing the people that can inspire you. A child can inspire you, right? But like, I like these few good things you're saying here is like, look, you know, you got to do little things, little, you know, take little baby steps,
Yeah,
but also too is leave it better than how you found it.
exactly.
That's awesome. So tell me more. Tell me more about your venture. So how long have you guys been in business now?
We've been in business for officially since our launch. We've been in business. We launched April 22nd, 2021. So we've been in business like a year and 4 months, year and 5
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
We got the space first week of January in 2020. I'm getting the years confused. And I think it's COVID. It's it's January 2020 is when we got the space, right? Before anyone knew what was going to be happening. Took a few months to build the space out. Had a big grand opening party scheduled for March 17th. Little did we know that was going to be the week of the shutdown. So we had like everything set, ready to go. And we were like, no, we're going to start as a local brick and mortar. We're not going to do a website. We're going to start small. Couldn't open. Also couldn't get out of the lease that we signed. Couldn't get any kind of unemployment because we're self-employed. Couldn't get federal aid because we weren't an official recognized business. We didn't have taxes from 2019. So we just felt like we were in this situation where it was do or die. So it took us about a month to get an online store with the website. How we're gonna do local delivery and shipping. So we decided to launch on April 22nd, which is Earth Day. We found it was very fitting for us, and the timing just worked out really well. So that's why we'll always remember our birthday, and hopefully everyone else will too, our anniversary. So we started doing local deliveries in from Martinez within a 15-mile radius. We got to Lafayette, Pleasant Hill. Whoever heard about us with the early marketing that we were trying to do. But we were just so well received in the Martinez community. It blew our minds. We did not expect to be that busy right away. And this was in the space that next door to where we're in now. And this was like 220 square feet. So it wasn't much space. That also, by the way, added to the choice of our name for Mighty Market. So we chose Mighty Market because we're like, okay, the plants that are used, the products are mighty and powerful. We want to make a mighty change, and the space is small but mighty. So we're like, Mighty Market is what it is.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we started with just curbside pickup, local deliveries, online shipping, and then it was around mid-May, early June when they started easing the restrictions and let people into the shop. But obviously there were limitations on how many people could come in, and being such a small space, it was a nightmare. Fortunately, we were able to move next door to the largest space, which is about 1,000 square feet, the one we're in now. And then that one, we've been there since August 5th. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. And then this year we were like, oh, maybe this year we'll qualify for some COVID federal aid, and it still hasn't happened. So it's like we've just been moving forward based on just like community support and faith and incredibly loyal customers. And I mean, that's the thing, like when you sell wonderful products, like if you try the skincare that we have sought specific products out, like we have a phytoplankton lotion that will treat eczema and psoriasis, things that people have a hard time treating and taking care of. Like
I
my
have it. I have it right here. I have
okay, I'm
eczema
gonna
right
send you
here.
some stuff. I'm gonna send you some goodies. Well, you should just come in and visit and see the space because
I'm gonna come see you guys. Yeah.
yeah, we have even some of the other local business owners. One of my friends, JB, he owns Hideout and
Yeah, I've interviewed both of his restaurants.
love JB. So his son, his wife will come and stock up on all their containers, their shampoos, the lotions, and like fill it up the gallons and take it home because his son uses that to treat his son's eczema, and they are just blown away by it. So I
This is
feel like
awesome. I'm definitely
yeah.
gonna come see you.
Oh, good.
I'm definitely, yeah, I'm gonna bring my wife with me also too. Definitely, we're gonna come see you. So beside the eczema, and what was the other one?
Oh, just I'm like any kind of skin conditions, like
Yep.
psoriasis, eczema, rosacea. We have products that help with that. We have items that can help with pain. People who have fibromyalgia, some muscular pain, some nerve pain. Some of the icy sticks that we carry are phenomenal for that.
Good.
Yeah, it's just like really products that are of great quality and really make a difference in people's lives. And
Right.
I think that's why we have the repeat customers that we do.
So all your product is about either the body, like in the shower, right? So
No, so we have a personal care island. We have 2 refill islands when you come to the shop. So
okay,
personal care is shampoo, conditioner, lotions, body wash, all the kind of self-care goodies. But then we
yes,
also have for the home. So we have like dish liquid, laundry liquid, hand soap, sanitizers, veggie wash, insect repellent. We have people, the insect repellent is so good. We have customers that keep ordering it from like Georgia and Texas and states where they get big bugs, and they order the insect repellent from us all the time. It's
wow,
wonderful. So we have for both home, personal care, and then we have like a reusable goods station. So that would be items that you'd use for your home, like the reusable paper towels, reusable washable sponges. So instead of buying a new sponge for dishes every time, you just put it in the washing machine, reuse it again. It's fantastic.
what about COVID? What about, you know, how in COVID, everybody's using all the hand sanitizer and alcohol, and
Yeah.
it's like destroying your
Yeah.
hand. Do you have anything for that?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of local businesses in the area in both Pleasant Hill and Martinez have been purchasing our sanitizer to use at like their check-in stations.
Yes.
We have a really nice sanitizer that's also good on your skin, not going to dry your hands out. And it's all just based on the essential oils that are in there too that we get to use to make it.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to come. Where are you located in Martinez?
We're on the corner of Ferry and Ward, so we're at 739 Ferry Street.
Okay. And what are your operating hours?
We're open Tuesday through Saturday. We're open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And Sunday through Monday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So those hours align with the farmers market on a Sunday. And then on Monday, not many shops are open on a Monday in downtown Martinez. We're one of the few. It's
Okay.
just we've had a lot of requests to be open, and it's been worth it to be open for us.
Now, if somebody doesn't feel comfortable, especially right now with the Delta virus going around, they don't want to go out. Do you guys do online delivery? Do you have anything like that?
Deliveries probably about 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay, now do you have, so they can go to your website?
Everything's on the website. So when they check out, they can select local delivery. They can select curbside pickup.
What is your website? Can you give us your website address?
The website is mighty.market. So it's MIGHTY .MARKET. There's no .com. So it's just mighty.market. And all of our social media is also mighty.market. It's like our Instagram, our Facebook and Pinterest and so forth.
That's wonderful. Great. So anything else you'd like to cover before we go?
No, not really. I mean, there is so much to it, and we could probably talk for hours about sustainability. And for me, a big focus is regeneration. What does the regenerative lifestyle look like? And I'm just trying to get people to sustainability, right? That's just trying to balance out, you give back what you take from the earth for a sustainable future, versus regenerative is you constantly improve the processes by adding more, giving more than what you're taking. But no, yeah, I would love for people to visit. We do a lot of community fundraisers. We've done fundraisers for different schools in the area, the Boys and Girls Club, different organizations. We've done some work with Contra Costa Sustainability, which is another group. No, we're just excited to be in the community that we're in, and little by little, doing what we can.
That's wonderful. Bronwyn, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why aren't these big chain, or maybe I should know the answer to that, but why aren't they getting more environmental? It's too costly for them. There's not enough profit for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably several things, right? So it's like, it depends. Like it's like, how deep do we go into this? Like when we cover capitalism, right? And what that consumer
Yeah.
is like. So it's like what's convenient, what's most cost effective for them. My prediction is in about, it might be sooner, but I would say in probably 5 to 7 years, you're going to see the big box stores doing the exact same thing we're doing. So I definitely operate with that in the back of my mind, because I do see that being something that they could do.
And that's what will happen is by that time, they'll just come and buy you, right? Or maybe you can be part of it.
Who knows what
Who
that
knows?
looks like? Yeah. So I in my mind, it's like I'm always trying to think a few steps ahead.
That's it.
But yeah, that's all we can do.
That's awesome.
Whoever we can inspire to do what they can, that's fine.
That's right. And what's your dog's name? Your doggy.
I didn't realize he was in the shot. That's Mojo.
It's okay. Hi, Mojo.
He just got back into town late last night, so he's trying to get as much like love and attention.
There you go. Well, actually, I'm definitely going to come visit you this week. I'll stop by. So I want to thank you again very much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you. This has been great.
Awesome. Awesome. So guys, do me a favor. Please watch our future episodes. Make sure tune in, and also have your friends subscribe to our episodes, and please share this episode with anyone you might think that could use this, this information. One last time, can you please give us your address in Martinez and your phone number and your website, please?
Absolutely. So we're Mighty Market, and we're located at 739 Ferry Street, downtown Martinez, California. So we're at the very corner of Ferry and Ward. Our phone number is 925-387-5167. And our website is mighty.market. It's MIGHTY.MARKET. And you can do online ordering from there. We ship, we do local delivery, and we do curbside pickup. So you don't even need to come into the shop. And all of our social is mighty.market too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Alex.
And I'll see you soon.
Okay, I'll see you super soon.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.